to Nation's Voice Tower. My name is Dino Melaye as your anchor. Members of the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, are blowing hot this particular week, all right? Recently, if you've been following the trend of events, you will know that lots of members, especially the ones that follow up the PDP camp, members of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, are blowing hot over the post-election matters. Talking about who is blowing hot, Dino Melaye, a staunch member of the Presidential Campaign Council from the People's Democratic Party. Of course, he's so outspoken and he's at times considered so controversial. He has come out to make a video from his official Twitter handle. If you will recall, sometime during the collation of results of the just concluded presidential elections held on the 25th day of February 2023, Dino Melaye was an agent, a coalition agent for the People's Democratic Party, PDP. He taunted Professor Yakubu Mahmoud, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, on the reasons why INEC should bypass their own guidelines during the collation of results. Forward to today, Dino Melaye has come out on his official Twitter handle to send a video sending a message directly to Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu, the president-elect, saying a lot of things and telling him the reasons why, also addressing Nigerians on the reasons why he thinks Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu shouldn't take the reign of affairs after President Muhammadu Buhari. Watch this video.
Bola Ahmed Tinibu cannot be our president. And I also want to call on the judiciary that the judiciary cannot create a president for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A president will only be created by democratic due process through electioneering processes. And anyone voted for popular votes in this country will be the president of this country. Never will we allow the judiciary to create a president for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And a drug baron, a certified drug baron, cannot be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I'm using this opportunity to call on President Muhammadu Buhari, who in 1985 sentenced his government, actually sentenced 3 people to death, and they were indeed executed. They were indeed murdered. 3 drug barons arrested during his regime in 1985 were summarily executed. They were killed by that government. So a man who executed drug barons and drug traffickers under his watch in 1985 will now, on May 29, hand over the Federal Republic of Nigeria to a drug baron. It is time for Buhari to think, it is time for the Nigerian judiciary to think that a certified drug baron who has been indicted and money was deducted from his account to the tune of over $400,000. You can calculate that in Naira today. Will want to say he wants to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. No! An Escobar Pablo cannot be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We say no to it, and we'll continue to agitate, we'll continue to ask questions, we'll continue to protest, we'll continue to agitate within legal means to prove a point that, a drug baron cannot be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the battle to salvage this country from economic cankerworms and financial scavengers, this battle to make sure that Nigeria is not declared as the drug capital of the world. Already we are the poverty capital of the world. The battle to get that done is a battle of no retreat, no surrender. We will survive. Bola Ahmed Tinibu cannot be our president. And I also want to call on the judiciary that the judiciary cannot create a president for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A president will only be created by democratic due process through electioneering processes. And anyone voted for popular votes in this country will be the president of this country. Never will we allow the judiciary to create a president for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And a drug baron, a certified drug baron, cannot be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I'm using this opportunity to call on President Muhammadu Buhari, who in 1985 sentenced his government, actually sentenced 3 people to death, and they were indeed executed. They were indeed murdered. 3 drug barons arrested during his regime in 1985 were summarily executed. They were killed by that government. So a man who executed drug barons and drug traffickers under his watch in 1985 will now, on May 29, hand over the Federal Republic of Nigeria to a drug baron. It is time for Buhari to think, it is time for the Nigerian judiciary to think that a certified drug baron who has been indicted and money was deducted from his account to the tune of over $400,000. You can calculate that in Naira today. Will want to say he wants to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. No! An Escobar Pablo cannot be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We say no to it, and we'll continue to agitate, we'll continue to ask questions, we'll continue to protest, we'll continue to agitate within legal means to prove a point that, a drug baron cannot be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And the battle to salvage this country from economic cankerworms and financial scavengers, this battle to make sure that Nigeria is not declared as the drug capital of the world. Already we are the poverty capital of the world. The battle to get that done is a battle of no retreat, no surrender. We will survive.
You heard it all from Dino Melaye there. He was making allegations at Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinibu, the president-elect, calling him all sorts of names, calling him a drug baron, terming him as Nigerians Pablo Escobar, and so on and so forth. That is what came out from Dino Melaye, and I would like to make a reference to his video, and I would like to link it to one other tweet from a member of the PDP, a spokesperson too, very popular. Now, after that video from Dino Melaye, another member of the PDP, Reno Omokri, if you're conversant with Nigerian politics, you will know Reno Omokri. Reno Omokri was a former advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan, and he is also a social media influencer and a journalist. All right, Reno Omokri came out on his own official Twitter handle to make a tweet terming or making references to the fact that the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is a drug trafficker and is a drug lord, and if President Muhammadu Buhari would order for the execution of some people sometime in the early 80s, people that were involved in drug trafficking and drug-related offenses, then there should be no reason why President Muhammadu Buhari should hand over the reign of affairs to this same person that is being accused of being a drug lord and accused of taking part in drug-related offenses. Let me read the tweet for you. As you can see on your screen, I read, he said, policemen and soldiers had trouble controlling the huge crowd that had gathered outside the Krikri maximum prison to witness the execution by firing squad of 3 men convicted for drug trafficking and other drug-related offenses by a tribunal set up by General Muhammadu Buhari in 1984. I read further. Bartholomew Azubike Owo, 26 years. Lawal Akani Ojuolape, 30 years. And Bernard Ogedengbe, 29 years, died that morning. Buhari claimed that the executions were morally necessary and would help to eradicate corruption and instill discipline in the polity. The tweet continued to read, the world is now watching to see whether the same Buhari will dare hand over the seat of Africa's most important nation to a man who was caught dealing in drugs. Members of the PDP don't seem happy with the election results, obviously. So they have started coming out in their numbers to make different legal fights, different legal allegations towards the president-elect. And that tweet there, I repeat, was from Reno Omokri, and he's alleging that if President Muhammadu Buhari can actually order for the execution of some men that took part in or were found guilty in drug trafficking and drug-related offenses, that means there is no reason why President Muhammadu Buhari should hand over the reign of affairs of Aso Rock and of Nigeria to Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu, making reference to Tinibu's case with the American government, where he forfeited or was asked to forfeit almost all of his wealth, ranging over $460,000. You also heard it from Dino Melaye there in that video. That is that on that particular update. Still on politics, I have something very intriguing for you. We all know Dr. Orji Uzor Kalu. He's a politician in Nigeria, and he is also a former governor of Abia State. Dr. Orji Uzor Kalu has been blowing hot on social media on his relationship with former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Issues were arose during the interview he granted sometime yesterday on the fact that his relationship with former President Olusegun Obasanjo has gone sour, and he was asked the reason why the relationship doesn't or is no longer as it used to be. So Governor Orji Uzor Kalu came out in a video to blow hot and make expositions about how President Olusegun Obasanjo came to power on the agreement that brought President Olusegun Obasanjo to power, and on the purported coup that was planned by Orji Uzor Kalu and other African presidents and few politicians in Nigeria. This particular video is so expository that you would really be shocked after watching this video. Watch this video.
Was not be qualified to contest. Yeah, he wanted the heads of state to ask him to continue. Unfortunately for him, he never knew we had planned a coup under him with bringing the president of Tanzania, with President Thabo Mbeki and President John Kufuor. They said no, they will not allow third term with those presidents, with Americans. They planned it and said no, we will not allow this to happen. And that was exactly what happened.
It's quite.
So he went to bring President Bush. President Bush told him, as long as you don't exceed Nigerian constitution. Even people who are taking credit in the Senate, the person who derailed the third term in the Senate is Ibrahim Mantu and Wabara and Adolphus Wabara, because he was just removed as Senate president. So we contacted him, made a deal with him, made a deal with Mantu, and we used them to derail the thing. I will not come in details how we derailed it, but it was a full Marshall plan to derail it that day and kill it, and that's how we killed it.
So His Excellency Orji Uzor Kalu was one of them. Maybe that was one of the reasons you are under attack.
No, that is the major reason why I'm under attack. Because President Obasanjo told me that I will kneel down and suffer for the rest of my life. That he will deal with me, that he will crumble me. That he told me face to face, that is the truth. So I don't care about what he says. Not my God. I'm still wearing nice suits till tomorrow. I'm still seeing him till tomorrow. The immorality in a man is in Obasanjo, who cannot speak through double petal. You see, Obasanjo is a shameless man because he's supposed to be one-term president. This is the promise he made to us. I went to Babangida.
Oh, you mean there was a promise that
there was a deal made?
He said it was a lie.
It's not a lie, it's the truth. No. I was there. There was a deal made.
They want to do the Mandela option.
He said he will do one tenure. Then you, President Babangida, you will continue. This was a deal made. Babangida is alive. Obasanjo is alive. Let any of them contradict it. We'll go to ATA and talk about it. So it's not a lie, it's the truth. So there was a deal made. I went with Babangida to it.
Welcome back. Orji Uzor Kalu is alleging that President Olusegun Obasanjo was supposed to go for just a tenure according to their agreement with Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the former head of state of Nigeria too. Now, he furthermore alleged that President Olusegun Obasanjo refused to adhere to this agreement and went further to accomplish 8 years on seat as the president of Nigeria. That is making it 2 tenures. All right. He also came forth to tell Nigerians in that video, according to him, about the immoralities of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. I hope you watched that video, and I hope you could also drop a comment for us in the comment section. Don't also forget to like our videos, and don't forget to subscribe to this particular channel. Still talking about the PDP camp, members of the PDP have taken over the week, starting the week with the suspension of the national chairman, Yochia Ayu, after his rift with the G5 and after being found guilty of indulging in anti-party activities by the book award of the PDP from Benue State. Right now, I have something different. Governor David Eze Umahi of Ebonyi State, who is also a member of the G5, came out in a video to address the suspension of Mr. Yochia Ayu, the national chairman of the PDP. In this video, he alleged that just because, or reasons pointing that just because Yochia Ayu was still the chairman of the PDP lost the presidential elections, according to Governor Umahi. He alleged that if Yochia Ayu had resigned as earlier asked by the G5 and other members of the PDP and members of the governing council, he, of course, thinks that PDP wouldn't have lost the presidential elections. Watch this video. When we come back, we'll talk more.
And I want to also thank the suspended chairman of PDP. You know, he did very well, because if he had accepted to resign, it would have been very difficult for the APC. So he's our man, and I commend him very, very, very well. You know, I commend him very well. And I'm begging Wike, they should lift his suspension so that he can suspend many more of your leaders. We love what he has done, and so we commend him. And I think Asiwaju must know that he worked for him, and they must also integrate him in the next administration. And so all this set of people, Asiwaju Shetima must know that God turned their hands to work for him, to actualize the will of God, and to actualize unity, equity, and fairness. And we are very grateful to...
Welcome back. That was Governor Umahi there, making a speech in an occasion in Port Harcourt, where he met his colleague and friend, Governor Nyesom Wike. Now, in that speech, he alleged that Ayu worked for Tinibu during the just concluded presidential elections. This should be indirectly, because he went further to say that if Ayu had stepped down, as they allege, of course, they allege that Ayu should step down due to the fact that the chairmanship of the party was supposed to be zoned to the southeast or the south-south. But Ayu was adamant, as well as the presidential candidate of the PDP. So too, he also alleged that if Ayu had resigned before the elections, PDP wouldn't have lost the elections to Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu. Still on Bola Asiwaju Ahmed Tinibu, lots of tweets have come up pointing at the fact that Bola Tinibu is no material for a good leader. People have passed a vote of no confidence before he takes the reign of affairs in Aso Rock, and they are pointing at a particular tweet or a particular news headline that came out. This news headline alleges that Bola Tinubu was trying to, or was sanctioning, or was trying to force the Lagos State government to foot his bill for his 69th birthday. This particular allegation is so strong, and as you can see on your screen, it read that Bola Asiwaju Tinubu was asking the Lagos State government to fund his birthday. All right, of course, a birthday for a politician like that should be ranging to millions of naira. A leader is not supposed to force a particular government, which he governed initially, to fund his birthday. So too, people are coming out to allege on this particular news headline or on this tweet to say that because of this, they have seen, or they have thereby rendered Bola Asiwaju Tinubu incompetent to be Nigeria's president. That is that from our table. Hope you've kept faith with Nation's Voice Tower, and I bet you what, I'm going to bring you more updates on this same platform. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.